So you're thinking about moving to the greater Seattle area, and you've heard about this place called Kirkland, Washington. Well, in today's video, we are gonna go ahead and jump into my computer and take a look around on Google Maps. We're gonna talk about where Kirkland is located in relation to getting to downtown Seattle, to the airport, to getting across and around Lake Washington. We're also gonna talk about some of the great amenities that Kirkland has to offer. And be sure to stick around till the end because we have some great driving footage of the neighborhoods to show you. And we are gonna get after it right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in the greater Seattle area, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you'll be the first to know about our real estate market. My name is Jess. My husband Sterling and I are realtors. Our team gets calls and emails every day from people just like you looking to make their move here, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're planning to make the move next week, next month, or even next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We would love to help you make your move to the greater Seattle area. So as mentioned, we are going to be taking you on a tour of Kirkland today. And I like to start these map tours out by showing you an overview. So as you can see on my screen, we have the Puget Sound right here. We have Lake Washington in the middle. And we have Lake Sammamish. So as you can see, we are surrounded by water. And then we also have two mountain ranges on the east and the west as well. So it does make it a little bit challenging to get around. Now right here, you can see this is the rough outline of Kirkland. If you are new to the greater Seattle area, the locals tend to call everything that is on the west side of Lake Washington the west, or west side, and then everything on the east side of Lake Washington is called the east side. So that's just a little terminology, pretty straightforward, but I do like to point that out. So as you can see, Kirkland is on the east side corridor of Lake Washington. And you can see that we have a couple of different options for getting across Lake Washington. The first one is going to be coming down I-405, hopping on the 520 toll bridge, and that will take you across Lake Washington. Now, because it's a toll bridge, it does get use, but it's not gonna ever get too busy because often people try to avoid using it. They will try to take alternative routes. So just keep that in mind when making the decision as to whether or not you want to use it. The second option for getting across Lake Washington is going to be heading further south on 405 and hitting Interstate 90, the I-90 bridge, and that will take you across Mercer Island and take you over to the west side. Once you get on the west side from either of those routes, you will need to take Interstate 5, I-5, and that runs north and south around the lake. The main interstate on the east side is going to be I-405, and that will get you around the lake. And they both intersect. So I-5 and I-405 intersect at the north end of Lake Washington as well as the south end. So just to get you familiar with the different roads that you will be accessing when you're in the greater Seattle area. Now I'm gonna go ahead and clear my screen and talk about how long it takes to get to Seattle and the airport. So again, we have Kirkland, and the primary way that you will want to access, the fastest way that you'll want to use to get to downtown Seattle is going to be taking I-405 and hopping on the 520 bridge, hitting I-5 and heading south into downtown Seattle. Now in good traffic, that's going to take about 20 minutes. And I say in good traffic because things can get pretty backed up. We have a lot of heavy traffic congestion in the greater Seattle area. So you will want to keep track of whatever navigation system you use, whether it's Waze or Google Maps, to get around, just to help give you an idea of when you need to leave the house so that you can make any appointments over on the west side. Another alternative route to get to downtown Seattle would be to continue south on I-405, hit that I-90 bridge, and go on the south end to get to the downtown area. Now this tends to take at least 5 minutes longer, but again, if there was an accident on the 520 bridge or on I-5 in between when you hit I-5 in downtown Seattle, the I-90 bridge may be the better route to take. Now, when we're talking about getting to the airport, the fastest way is actually going to be hopping on I-405, heading all the way south, down and around the lake, and heading over to SeaTac Airport. this is going to take around 26 minutes. Now, the alternative route would be to go across the 520 bridge and head south on I-5, which is going to take around 30 minutes. Now, one of the great things about Kirkland is it is really centrally located on the east side. So to the north, we have Kenmore, Bothell, Woodinville. To the east, we have Redmond, and to the south, we have Bellevue. And then, of course, to the west, we have all of this waterfront along Lake Washington. So that gives you tons of beach access. Now, depending on where you are located within Kirkland, you're only gonna be about 15 to 20 minutes to any one of these other suburbs. So that's one of the reasons why Kirkland is so popular, because if you work on the east side of Lake Washington in any of the surrounding areas or within Kirkland, it's just so centrally located that you can get around fairly easily within less than 30 minutes to any destination that you need to go to. Okay, now let's zoom in and take a little closer look. So as I mentioned before, on the west side of Kirkland, it is completely surrounded by Lake Washington waterfront. So you have about 26 miles of publicly accessed waterfront, which is fantastic. So if you like to play on the lake and live on the lake and paddleboard and swim and all of that great stuff, Kirkland would be a fantastic location because it provides such easy access, has a lot of great parks, as well as beach access for swimming. Speaking of great parks, some of my favorites are going to be Juanita Beach Park, Juanita Bay Park, Waverly Beach Park, and Heritage Park, which Heritage Park is very close to the downtown Kirkland area. And it's fantastic because it has a lot of great walking trails as well as a lot of great views of Lake Washington. And if you're into beach volleyball, Houghton Park right here is great. It has volleyball nets and is really fun to play when the weather cooperates. Now, if you like hiking, then you are gonna wanna check out Cotton Hill Trail and Forbes Creek Trail. You can see right here on my screen, Cotton Hill Trail here. So this goes north, this goes this way. So both of these trails are great year round, and especially in the fall, you can get some really great views of the leaves changing color as well as Lake Washington. Now, both of these trails connect to the Cross Kirkland Corridor East Trail, and that is going to run right here. And we'll go ahead and zoom out so you can see how far it goes. But that is about 5.8 miles of trail. It used to be a railroad that they took out the ties, and so now it's just a great place to bike, to walk, to run. A lot of people use it as a commuting trail to get to and from different neighborhoods in Kirkland without having to use roads. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna zoom out here so you can see it goes off my screen and all the way through and down south and north. So it's just a really great way to get outdoors and enjoy nature, as well as get around Kirkland. You have easy access to downtown, to some of the tech offices there, as well as the Google office. And I'll go ahead and zoom in and show you where that is located in just a moment. But even if you don't want to use it for commuting for work, you can just hop on it and go for a walk, go for a run, get some fresh air without having to be on sidewalks and worrying about traffic. So you can see on my map, there's some of the Google buildings. We have Metropolitan Market. So, look at this. It's so close to the waterfront. It moves up here, but you can easily take and ride to get to downtown Kirkland, and you can access Metropolitan Market. So it's just a fantastic trail to access right within Kirkland. And in the south part of Kirkland, it's located right next door to Bridle Trail State Park. So that's also a fantastic place to get out. You can see people riding horses as well as just go walk through the trails there. It's a really beautiful park. And Northwest University is also located in the south part of Kirkland. So if you attend there or work there, that's also a great place. Now, if you're interested in condo living, there are some really great condos right along in this area in Kirkland. And I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out to talk both about the downtown of Kirkland as well as Juanita, because in our pros and cons video, which if you haven't checked that out, you will wanna check that out, that talks about the pros and cons of Kirkland, as well as we have another video that is a vlog tour. It's a neighborhood tour of a few different homes in the Kirkland area, just to give you a better idea of what Kirkland has to offer. But we do talk about the fact that Kirkland kind of has
two downtown areas. It has the community of Juanita Beach, and then it has downtown Kirkland itself. And so right here where these condos are, it's a beautiful drive that leads you right into the downtown Kirkland area. It has beautiful west-facing views of Lake Washington. So I'm going to situate this so that we can get a little better overview. The neighborhood of Juanita is located in the north end of Kirkland. And you can see right up here, we have Juanita Beach Park and Juanita Bay Park. It also consists of a lot of great condos. So if you are into condo living, both of the locations that I talked about right along here going into downtown Kirkland, as well as right where I've circled with Juanita, those are going to be some prime locations to find condos. Now, there are some other areas in Kirkland that do have condo living, but if you are specifically looking for condos that have water views or are close to water access, these are going to be the areas that you're going to want to look at. And then right here, west of Market, that's going to have some really nice homes that are going to have great views of the water. And we'll just go ahead and zoom in on the neighborhood of Juanita itself, just to show you some of the great amenities that they have. Because they have some good restaurants and areas to walk along the water, beach access as well. So as you can see right here, this is going to be the main downtown area of Juanita that is going to have most of the shopping and the restaurants. You also have Juanita Beach Park as well as Juanita Bay Park. Now, if you need to get access to I-405, you're going to want to take Northeast 116th Street as well as Northeast 124th. Both of those will get you right out to I-405, so it gives you easy access that way. And then if you want to head south into Kirkland, you'll want to take 98th Avenue Northeast that then turns into Market Street and takes you all the way into downtown Kirkland, which I'll go ahead and zoom out so we can take a look at that. So here is Market, it heads south. And then this is the main downtown area of Kirkland. You have a nice little marina here that has docks for boats. You have beach access, plenty of space to walk around. You've got Heritage Park, we mentioned that before. It has a lot of great trails that you can just walk around and enjoy. And then Lake Street will take you further south along the water, giving you beautiful views of Lake Washington as well as a lot of condos, like I mentioned before. So a lot of your restaurants and boutique shopping is going to be in this downtown Kirkland area. Now, in terms of shopping, you do have Metropolitan Market, which is kind of like a Whole Foods. It has a lot of really great prepared meals. So if you like to go to a grocery store and pick up something for lunch or dinner that's already pre-made, it has such a great variety, as well as a lot of specialty items like a Whole Foods would or like a PCC would. So we have a lot of those community markets in the greater Seattle area, and Metropolitan Market is a really great one. We also have Costco. It's just not going to be right in downtown Kirkland. So you're going to head out on Northeast 85th Street and you can get to Costco right on the other side of I-405. So again, if you're wanting to head out for the day and run some errands, you can hit up Costco. You could head south into Bellevue if you want to hit the Bellevue Square Mall and get some shopping done. Kirkland is just such a great central location because it has this small town, beach town, laid back vibe to it, but it's also so close to I-405, which gives you easy access north and south on the east side corridor. So you can access other amenities within 15 to 20 minutes. And if we zoom back out here, we can take a look. So if you work in the tech industries, Kirkland is also great because it's not that far from Redmond, which has Microsoft and Nintendo USA, as well as Bellevue, which is building an Amazon campus, as well as home to many other great tech jobs. Overall, Kirkland is just such a great place to live. It has a great sense of community. It's not too big, not too small. It's around 91,000 residents. It neighbors some really great areas, so it has easy access to get to Bothell, to Kenmore, to Woodinville, Redmond, and Bellevue. It also has so much beach access, which makes it just a really enjoyable place to live in the greater Seattle area. And with that, we hope you enjoyed our map tour of Kirkland today. Be sure to stick around as we have some great driving footage of the downtown area as well as the neighborhoods. And if you are thinking of moving to the greater Seattle area or to Kirkland, please reach out, give us a call. We'd love to help you make your move. And until next time, we hope to see you around town.